A partless slickback revolutionized the TikTok fashion circles. And I know how that sounds. The most basic ponytail not only has its own name now, but it's also considered revolutionary.
When I saw those pictures of Kylie Jenner and Timothy at the Knicks game, I was like obsessing over Kylie. She looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. She didn't do a part. So, I mean, obviously I had to copy it. A partless slickback, like groundbreaking. My hair wants to part so badly, but it feels so chic. Like, I feel incredible walking around. I will be doing this from here on out.
It's a sign of a bigger change happening in like the fashion and beauty space, where the most basic and unremarkable things are becoming statements by themselves. Think about the clean girl aesthetic, the clean girl makeup, when the social media space was flooded by creators in colorful eyeshadow and acrylic nails. Someone with the most basic makeup in a ponytail seemed revolutionary. Not necessarily because it was impressive, but because it was so like simple and unremarkable, it felt like something new, especially compared to people who seemed like they did absolutely everything just to be noticed. Being boring was at first a rejection of micro trends, a pushback against the constant rapid change of trends that are forcing you to spend your money on things that are only going to be fashionable for a week or two. But in the end, being basic got absorbed by the trend space anyway. The rejection became the trend. You know, clean girl, old money fashion, they were an antidote to fast fashion micro trends like mob wife or cottagecore. Like, who even remembers cottagecore anymore? It had its moments, spawned 10,000 fashion haul videos, and then disappeared like it was never here. Long, colorful nails got replaced by short, unmanicured ones. Loud branding got replaced by no branding. And being basic stopped meaning that you had no personality and started meaning that you were above all of this. Except you're not. None of us are, and that's kind of the whole point. So how did something so simple like a ponytail which your mom did to you in primary school become a fashion moment? For years, the hair part debate was a generational dispute. Gen Z claimed the middle part and millennials defended the side part. And somehow the latter became a fashion faux pas, which instantly makes you look older.
Prove me wrong, but I don't think that there is a single person who looks better with a side part than they do a middle part.
And then Kylie Jenner showed up with no part at all, like she was above this whole dispute. That's why it spread. And probably also because it's just so ridiculous that something so simple not only became a fashion moment, but also requires a bunch of tutorials. Plenty of simple things don't go viral, but this one did, because it signals confidence, it signals that you're above the part debate and you're completely unbothered by this. And unbothered is what's winning on the internet right now. But the only reason anyone noticed it in the first place is because we are now scrutinizing every single detail of someone else's appearance. Their skin texture, the shape of their nails, those are just some things that we wouldn't even pay attention to before the TikTok era. The internet created a level of visual attention to someone else's appearance that is honestly unprecedented. And in that environment, choosing to do the most basic thing is a statement, even if you don't think about it while you're getting ready. When your mom was giving you a ponytail in primary school, it wasn't a fashion moment because nobody filmed it and analyzed it on their channel. But on TikTok, it becomes a statement because everything does.
Apparently, it's now low status to have a manicure.
There's something so insanely attractive about a girl who just cannot be bothered to get her nails done.
Not that long ago, not having your nails done was a sign of neglect. You either didn't do it because you couldn't afford it, or because you didn't care about yourself enough to bother. Manicures were considered basic maintenance.
Okay, so I actually have a confession to make. About 2 years ago, even a year ago, if I saw a woman without her nails done, without like gel or something, like totally manicured, I actually thought, oh no, poor lady, she's totally let herself go. Like, she really doesn't care about her image and her appearance at all. Like, I would not pity, but I'd be like, oh, like, Like, she doesn't care. Like, she's really putting in zero effort.
Then the shift started. First, it was the rejection of the long, maximalist nails. Nude colors and simple designs were in. Then it went further. Now any color can read as a tryhard. The most chic thing you can have is nails that look like you just have nails.
Now, I never thought that I would enjoy bare nails like this, ever. This feels so much more chic and edgy. And I feel like when you have your nails manicured, although they're nice, they kind of take away from your actual beauty. They're kind of like a distraction.
And yes, it may be a recession indicator that people cannot afford to go do them every 3 weeks or so. People are switching to doing them at home. But I think that having natural but well-kept nails is actually a form of luxury. When you get a manicure, the acrylic or the gel serves as a protective surface for your nails. It also hides all the imperfections, all the ridges and that stuff. Everyone can have beautiful nails with a set of acrylics. That's kind of the whole point. But natural nails are the opposite. If you want them to look genuinely nice, healthy, smooth, shaped, you need to be constantly on top of them. And more than that, you have to be careful with them. The chemicals from doing the dishes make your nails more delicate. Cooking, gardening, any type of physical labor breaks them. The acrylic set is protective. It takes all the mechanical wear and chemical damage that a natural nail just can't.
I'm honestly kind of embarrassed to think about how much time and money I have spent at the nail salon on my nails.
There's also a time argument here. Getting your nails done is not really a quick errand. It takes an hour, 2, 3 or more sometimes, and you cannot do anything else with your hands while this is happening. Or, like yours truly, you spend 4 hours doing them yourself, and the most basic set is paid for by back pain and numb legs. But hey, at least it's a hobby. Then you have to redo them every 3 weeks or so, or they end up looking, ugly. This whole process adds up to a significant chunk of your time, recurring indefinitely. Opting out of it started being framed not as letting yourself go, but as reclaiming your time. Elaborate beauty routines have always eaten into women's time in ways that were just accepted as normal, and choosing not to participate is a form of refusal. Whether most people are thinking that or not while they're making the decision whether to get their nails done or not is a completely different thing. Nonetheless, unmanicured nails stopped meaning she doesn't care about herself and started meaning she has better things to do. So what bare but beautiful nails started signifying is hands that don't do manual labor and also have better things to do than spend hours in a salon. It is a class signifier. Which brings us to the aesthetic that ties it all together. The women who can afford to not do physical labor can also afford to not announce their wealth with flashy branding. They don't need to chase trends. They are not going to spend their money on a cottagecore dress that is going to be fashionable for a whole 15 minutes and then live at the back of their wardrobe. They opt for high quality, timeless pieces that don't need to be trending to be worth wearing. The old money and clean girl aesthetics, which I think are more or less the same thing with slightly different marketing, used to read as basic. The kind of wardrobe that means you are not really paying attention to what's currently in. Now they are framed as a deliberate rejection of fast fashion trends, and in that way, they became trends themselves. Unbranded, minimal clothing is very old upper class. When you are secure in your position, you don't have to announce it. The logo is for people who need to prove something. The quiet piece in a perfect fabric, cut just right, that's for people who know what quality means and want to be recognized by others who know as well. But then it trickles down to TikTok and something like this happens.
If you want to dress old money like this summer, but you're on a budget, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to buy, and you can find them all on Shein. I'm gonna tell you what you can write on Shein so you can find something like that.
It's absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, to look for old money clothes on Shein, of all places. People who are not wealthy are spending money specifically to look like money doesn't matter to them, but they can't always afford the actual timeless pieces, you know, the ones done with great fabrics that are going to last forever. So they instead opt for the illusion sold by fast fashion brands. Which means the whole system is running, it just got a rebrand. TikTok broke the fashion cycle. Before, there was a rhythm to it. Collections would come out, magazines would write about them, and then they slowly trickled down to the streets. Now, trends live and die in weeks. Ballet Core, Dark Academia, Tomato Girl Summer, each of them had its 15 minutes, a bunch of outfit checks, and then became the most embarrassing thing to reference. A week of TikTok and you could miss an entire aesthetic from its inception to oversaturation to burial, all while you were away for a long weekend. This resulted in exhaustion. When you are constantly expected to update your closet, fashion stops being about self-expression and becomes a performance you can never quite keep up with.
I think we've officially hit trend burnout. Trend cycles have gotten so fast that nothing gets a chance to feel special anymore. What used to last a few seasons now peaks and dies in a matter of days. It's exhausting, it's really bad for your wallet, the planet, and creativity.
So simple became the opt-out, the bare nails, the partless slickback, the clean girl aesthetic. All of that says, I'm not playing the game. And it's especially appealing to people who are tired of spending their money on things that become cringe by the time they arrive in mail. But even the rejection of trends became a trend, which means there is no escape. You cannot opt out of the system by going boring, because being boring got absorbed by the system as well. And listen, I'm not saying don't wear basic clothes, keep doing your acrylics. Do whatever you want, wear whatever you want. But I think it's worth noticing that the thing that's sold to us as simplicity is still sold to us. The most basic hairstyle in the world still has a tutorial. The natural nail still has a serum, a cuticle oil, and a 12-step routine. We are still participating in the consumption cycle, just in a different way. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, check out this one as well, because I'm pretty sure you are going to love it. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye!